We have several options for cutting: manual, semi-automatic, automatic, and the production line. I'm going to introduce two most popular automatic ones. Here is the first one. Power connection. Compressed air connection. This is the control cabinet.
设置好长度
Cutting length setting. Cutting quantity setting.
打开收纸机
Paper winder on.
打到自动状态
Automatic mode. Press start button. This machine consists of one set of 4-station, rail-mounted, unwinding racks, one set of 3 synchronous tensioning and unwinding rollers, one set of tractor, one set of deviation correction, counting, sizing, shearing, and laminating unit, one set of conveyor, one set of stacking system, one set of integrated control cabinet, one set of automatic paper winder, totally 8 parts. The one you see now is the second one. This one is slightly different on the raw material feeding parts. This one consists of one deviation correction, counting, sizing, shearing unit, one conveyor, one stacking system, one integrated control cabinet, one automatic paper winder, one hydraulic unwinder, one hydraulic lifting device, one feeding trolley. Totally 8 parts. Now here you can see the hydraulic parts. This is the difference. Unwinder, feeding trolley, and the hydraulic lifting equipment. After cutting, the next step is punching. Before punching, it's important to brush some saponified oil on the punching area. Choose the right punching program. Put the sheet to the 00 coordinates. Press the pedal to lock the sheet to the grippers. Slightly adjustment if necessary. Press the start button on the switch. Now we are seeing its vacuum tube holes punching. This is very sharp. So next step is flanging. Please pay attention that only the holes with silicone rubber sealing rings need to be flanged. We also call it non-welding holes. This CNC turret punching machine has 16 stations. It's customized for ETC non-pressurized solar water heater manufacturing. Now remove the punched sheet and hang it to the rack. This face towards inside. This side face towards outside. These are non-welding holes. These are winding holes. Now, intertank linear welding. First one is manual. Second one is automatic. Let's see the first one, the manual one. This is spot welding. Stack two sheets together. Pre-welding for stirred welding. Now it's the second step of the welding. Linear seam welding. It is water cooling. Let's see. Front side. Opposite side. Okay. Second option is TIG butt seam welding. This is automatic welding. We can either manually pull the welding unit to the right position and lock, or do it in the automatic way. Switch to the automatic mode and press the start button. Do protect your eyes. Let's see via a camera. Okay, now finished. We can manually slide the welding unit to save some time. Or you can just let it go automatically. Release the lock. Now let's see the welding performance. Smooth. Now in the tank ribbing. This procedure is to enhance the inner tank strength, because when the foaming material expands. This is to avoid deform of inner tank. Now let's see the ribbing performance and the pulse seam welding performance. Now nipple or nut TIG welding. Put the nipple on the right position in the mold. Adjust the height of the welding point. Protect eyes. The welding goes automatically. This is arc and arc ear protection welding. Check the welding performance. Let's see another side. Some markets don't require this machine because they prefer non-welding nipples because of the water quality. Now in the tank side flanging. Slide the tailstock to the right position. Put the tank on the holder. Press tailstock forward button. Slightly adjust the tailstock position. Make sure flanging size around 7 mm. Lock. Please pay attention that this procedure only needs to be done when do different length of tank. Switch to automatic mode. Press start button. Now the inner tank starts to spinning. Now you can see the flanging. Let's see other side, the flanging. Inner tank side cover, nipple hole punching. Punch either welding or non-welding holes with right modes on the inner tank side cover if there are nipples on it. Two methods of inner tank side cover joint, non-welding and welding. Glue the edge of the inner tank side cover. By the way, we also have automatic glue machine. Now place the side covers onto the two side cover molds of the machine. Put the tank on the holder. Press tailstock forward button. Press 2 start button at the same time with two hands, two sides working synchronously. Tailstock move right when finished. Remove the finished tank for the next one. Let's see the performance. Compared to the automatic high production efficiency non-welding machine we saw just now, here comes the second option, which is a semi-automatic welding. Yes, this is welding. This is non-flanging horizontal welding. This one only allows the side cover with short nut welding and non-welding nipples on it. And this doesn't need the flanging machine. This is also water cooling. Let's see the other side. The production efficiency of this one is lower than the non-welding machine. And this one needs the workers has some experience. Now let's see the performance. You see the short nuts welded on the side cover and nipples with silicone rubber seals on it. This is non-welding. How about this kind of long nipple welding on the inner tank side cover? How is the welding be like? This is a flanging type horizontal welding. Compared to the horizontal welding we saw just now, the difference is this one flanged, the other one not flanged. You see here, the inner tank side is flanged, and you saw the nipple, the long nipple there. So this is a horizontal flanged welding. This is a vertical flanged welding. You see the nipples welded on the inner tank side cover. Now, inner tank finished. Let's test if any leakages before forming. First, seal all the nipples and the holes. Adjust the distance of the tube holes, plug, and the rubber pads on the racks. Put the tank on the rack. Press the pedal to start. Air inflation starts. Check the air pressure gauge, see whether it drops or stable. Sink the whole tank in the water. See whether any air bubbles coming up from the hose, nipples, or welding parts. Now let's place seals and heat insulation film on the inner tank. Only if this inner tank passes the test of leakage. Install a nipple if necessary. There is a nut welded on the side cover, so a nipple must be installed here. Now, laminate a ready cut film, a plastic film, onto the inner tank. Like this, now ready for forming. Inner tank finished, now outer tank. Outer tank sheet logo UV printing machine. No traditional silk printing, no sticker. Just print the metal sheet like printing a paper, but with a UV resistant and instant dry printing machine. With lower cost of labor and materials. Gradients, color, and multicolor are printable. In some strong solar radiation places, we have to brush some coating treatment liquid on the polished sheet like a stainless steel. The printing speed, the printing time is from 40 seconds to 1 minute and 40 seconds, depend on the logo size. Finished. Let's check. Instant dry. Little like 3D. Outer tank sheet lamination. Film lamination on outer tank sheet. Avoid scratching and foaming during production. There are high viscosity film and low viscosity film. The high viscosity one does not need to be peeled off after production. Some markets don't need this machine. Serial number laser marking. Serial number laser marking is very important for after-sales service, anti-fake, and brand protection. Outer tank sheet punching. Same as inner tank sheet punching. First, brush some saponified oil on the punching area. Choose the right punching program. Put the sheet to the 00 coordinates. Make sure the logo side face down. Press the pedal to lock the sheet to the grippers. Press the start button on the switch. Punching finished. Let's see the performance. This is inner side. This is the outer tank jointed sheet cutting. Raw material of outer tank sheet is not wide enough, so we have to vertically cut a smaller piece from raw material to joint with the bigger one. To joint the smaller and the bigger sheets together, the two pieces have to be Tenon banded first or Tenon flanged first. Three options here. First one is the semi-automatic one, the one you see. You can see the banded performance here. And this is the second one, it's the manual one. And the third one will be introduced later. You see the performance here. Flanged or banded like this. Outer tank sheet, Tenon pressing. After flanging and joint, the jointed parts must be pressed like this. This machine is automatic. We also have a manual one for options. Now, outer tank sides shrinking. Outer tank two sides shrinking and grooving for side cover capping. This is a dual heads automatic machine. We have single head, semi-automatic one for options. First, one side. Then the other side. Let's see how it looks. This is the third option. The one you see now is the Tenon flanging and the pressing integrated machine. It includes the two functions, Tenon flanging and pressing. After this, put the tank on the line conveyor. You see our company. This conveyor leads to the shrinking machine. This clip includes the previous 3 production procedures: Tenon flanging, Tenon pressing, and shrinking. Let's see the shrinking here. Fully automatic. See closely. Now fix the slide bolt and the seals on the auto tank. Here, a pneumatic or electrical tool is strongly recommended here. This is the slide bolt. This is to fix the tank on the tank holder of frame. Install anti-dust ring. Another side. black part is the thread protection cap. Usually, red is for hot water, blue is for cold water. Outer tank inside cleaning. Spray cleansers to clean the saponified oil. Outer tank side cover, nipple and foaming hole punching. Punch holes with the right mods on the outer tank side cover, if nipples or holes required on it. The smaller hole on the side is for foaming purpose. We'll show later in the video in foaming procedure. Now, foaming insulation process. First, insert inner tank to outer tank, one by one. Locate nipples on one side. And do it one by one. Now install button type anti-dust cover, one by one. Locate nipples on the other side. Now cap one side without any screws or nuts. This is why the side should be shrinked right in the groove. Now place tanks onto foaming stations in right position if any nipples or holes at the bottom side cover. At the same time, the foaming worker on the platform lock both inner tank and the outer tank. The ring lock the outer tank. The plate in the middle lock the inner tank. Now brush some mold release oil on the nipples, holes, joint parts in case foaming coming out. Locate again the nipples before sealing all holes or nipples with plugs and seals. Usually, foaming process needs 3 workers, at least. Foaming plugs, plug in and lock. Another tank, the same way. Also, brush some mold release oil on the foaming plug. Insert plugs into the top 2 holes and lock. Inject foaming material gradually one tag by another. Should be injected several times. Let's see inside. Foaming material A and B packed in barrels and put on the rack like this. This is the foaming machine. On the interface, switches, buttons, and the temperature indication. Now, the foaming is coming up to the top. Now, cap the top side. adjust the nipple position a little bit. Brush model release oil again on the joint part of side cover. This is a foaming hole. Inject some foaming material from this hole. Slightly adjust the top pressing plate. We can also remove this hole. Directly inject foaming material on top, then cap the tank. But this requires very skilled and experienced worker. Now, remove all foaming plugs and the seals after few minutes. Now remove tanks from foaming stations and send them to greenhouse for foam solidification for 24 hours.